Hi everyone, welcome back to Function Pilates. I'm Vanessa Kelly, founder of Function Pilates, and today's quick tips, I want to talk about progressions with planks. So last week I showed you guys 5 different progressions with arm work. Today I want to talk about how we can progress from a beginner who's starting planks into an advanced level into planks. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one I want to go over is a kneeling plank, okay? Because that just is already the right thing to start with at this point. So I'm taking us down to a medium spring, and we're going to start with down stretch. So we're going to take our feet and have it completely supported by the shoulder blocks, and our knees are down on the carriage. Hands on the foot bar. Let's place our hips forward, okay? And this is where we would start introducing someone to a plank as we move the carriage away. So you can already start to feel with this lighter spring, it's a medium spring, but it tends to be not giving us as much assistance as if we were to add on more springs, right? So we're using a lot of our own body weight in order to feel the plank here. So yes, down stretch would be the first exercise I would give someone who is brand new to planking at this point, to introduce them to the sensation of the carriage moving, the sensation of their abdominals, and how to support themselves in neutral spine so that they're not going to collapse into their arms or their shoulders here. Okay, so that would be the first one. Then we would eventually navigate them into our long stretch. So with that being said, I'm going to add assistance now. So I'm adding on a light spring. So I have a medium and a light spring on, and we're going to naturally bring them up into a plank position here, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and start by pressing out and pulling in. Good. We're gonna press out and pull in. So again, we already spoke about their positioning with their arms and their shoulders. And the reason being is because when you're in plank, it's easy to do this, right? Where you're feeling your low back, you're feeling your arms, but because we're not in position, I want you to press your arms, your hands into the foot bar and lift your hips up. Maybe even they're higher. I would prefer your hips higher than lower down, okay? Because you're gonna feel your abs working. Let's try this again. So as you make those corrections on yourself, on your clients, you can notice the difference here. Okay, and then let's go ahead and bring it down. Let's say at this point, we're gonna go into our third plank series here, which is great for all levels, anyone, but let's say you have wrist issues. So it's like, how can I do a plank? I really love this exercise, but I want to modify it to my body. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and take our foot bar down all the way. And I am going to go back to the medium spring, so I'm going to reduce down to one of those. And I'm going to take my box now, and we're going to place it on the foot bar, okay? So we're here, and this way our feet are going back to the shoulder blocks, completely supported, and we're gonna go ahead and take it here to our forearms. I'm a huge fan of palms up so that we're not overly gripping and that we can really focus on our body and what we're feeling. Okay, so with that being said, I want you guys to think about puncturing your elbows into the box as you push out to a straight leg position, okay? So now you're in plank, whether you're holding or you're actually adding some movement patterns here. So from here, you wanna again puncture your elbows that you're not collapsing into your shoulder blades, and you can still feel the same type of benefits as if you were planking with the foot bar here. So it's a nice variation for those who have weaker wrists or need to have that modification, where they're just not ready or strong enough to maintain proper alignment. Okay, let's bring it down. So that's our third exercise. And then let's take it into the fourth one. So we're gonna go ahead and put our foot bars back up, and we're gonna take it into front support. So we're getting more advanced, where we're gonna take our hands to our shoulder blocks, and this is where we're gonna start to take one foot to the foot bar. You're gonna push out to a straight leg, and then you're gonna go ahead and take it all the way up. So now you're in this plank position facing the back of the reformer, right? And again, at this point, you would really wanna know that you understand your body. Again, you're not collapsing, so we're not seeing any of that, but you're lifted. And then you're going to just move the carriage forward and back, nice and strong through the legs. So more advanced exercise, right? You gotta really pay attention to so many moving parts of your body, and again, not to lose focus here. So this is your more advanced exercise if you feel ready for this. So as you come down, bring one knee to the carriage, bending the opposite leg, and bring it down. So this can be modified down to your forearms. So we can, again, like we use the box, we can do the same thing, where we can use the ledge and you can push out just like this, okay? So a little bit lower, it's still great. This is really beneficial for all levels again, but paying attention to your form is key, and you're puncturing your elbows into the carriage as you push the carriage back and forth. So this is a little bit more focused on the shoulders, whereas the first few planks I was showing you are more focused on the abs. So this is getting into more of a full body experience here. But planks are always full body work, right? We're always feeling that and seeing that. But it's so important to understand the positioning of your body so that it's not getting into your low back. And I see that all the time from students, from clients, like, I can't do plank because it's hitting my low back. I can feel it in my shoulders or my arms, my wrists. And what's happening is that they're not able to meet. They didn't understand basically how to have neutral spine in the first place. So the main takeaways with this is to understand your neutral spine, where you're not collapsing, like I said, into your shoulder blades. Think of pushing away from the floor. Think of pushing away from the foot bar or the box, and lifting your hips up higher so that your abs are feeling it and not your arms. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you like this, let me know. Hit a thumbs up. Share these videos with instructors or other friends of yours that would find this beneficial for them, because it's so important and I don't think it's spoken about enough. But anyways, I will see you next week for another 5 quick tips.